From half a world away, the new Chinese arrive in the United States, drawn to the promise of America. Each of their stories is different, but the prize they seek is the same: the opportunity for a better life, the dream that the future can be theirs. More Chinese come to live in California than in any other state, and most first settle in Southern California. The new Americans revel in the freedom to make their voices heard.
My name is Wei Chen. I'm chairman of Sun Capital. It's a private equity and investment banking business based in Los Angeles.
Wei Chen brought with him a resilience and a work ethic forged in his youth in China.
Now, I've been in the U.S. for 20 years. Yeah, the time flies. And I was born in the Cultural Revolution, 1971. So my mom, when she had me, she was only 17. We had a really hard life, but she always had a positive attitude. I feel it's something made me really adventurous. I love to try different things because of my childhood was exposed. So I enjoyed it.
Settling first in Memphis, Tennessee, Wei built a thriving import business. Later, he moved to California, where he could pursue his childhood dream, flying his own airplane.
When I fell into a love of flying, and I think it was in high school.
Preparing for his flight today, Wei Chen conducts a rigorous inspection of one of his aircraft. This TBM 700 turboprop is strong and reliable. He chose it for a special purpose.
In China, flying wasn't an option for civilians, so I wasn't able to have that flying opportunity in China until I came to U.S. and I had the opportunity to enjoy flying. Then once I got my childhood dream lighted up again, and I never looked back.
Whenever he can, Wei Chen slips away for a personal flight. This plane has a special meaning for him. Every moment in the cockpit renews his spirit and gives him a fresh perspective.
Flying, just the freedom, and also the view and the way you look at the world is so different. When you are up there, you feel like a bird. You look at different view. You look at the earth is different. Everything just it really broadens your view of how you look at humanity.
In 2011, he decided to take his passion for flight to the limit.
When I first came up with this big, hairy, audacious goal and flying around the world,
the beauty of the U.S. general aviation, no efficiency.
And never a Chinese ever flew around the world by himself. And I was a relatively new pilot, and 2 years into the flying, less than 200 hours. And it's like somebody just start walking, They're saying I want to climb, on a Mountain Everest.
119, decimal 5, November 168, Charlie Whiskey. Thank you.
And when the people talking about flying around the world is such a big journey, it is 41 takeoff landings. Why stop planning on it? And if we take off 41 times and land 41 times, I'll be successful.
After 69 days and more than 23,000 miles, Wei Chen completes his journey around the world. He is welcomed back to his adopted hometown of Memphis, Tennessee.
When I talk to the friends about the American dream, and I feel I made my dream along the way, but in reality, we always had the land of opportunity to make something out of your hard work, entrepreneurship, and to come out of it and to be able to do something about your life.
Recently, Wei Chen set out to fulfill another dream, to own and fly his personal fighter jet. He even obtained permission to put official markings on the plane.
I think it's 1991. There's a movie called Forrest Gump. That movie opened my view of American so much. Forrest Gump is not the smartest kid, but being able to accomplish everything in his life, and I was just so inspiring. And so I was basically, because of that movie, and I had my mindset of coming to the U.S., the land of opportunity.
After more than 20 productive years in the U.S., Wei Chen's dream endures.
Right.
In Irvine, California, the thriving Chinese-American community comes together each year for a spring festival celebration. It's a time of fresh beginnings and a time to honor their 4,000-year-old culture.
“最终，孔子在自己种下的银杏树下，
Today's generation celebrates with a hip-hop beat. At the gala, one new voice stands out, Mai Sui.
你的爱在我胸口，每个梦如此温柔，走过的岁月，风雨岁月，把你放在我心头。When I was a little girl, I with my father going to watch him rehearsal and performance because my father is a Beijing opera actor. So I have a dream. My dream is to be singer. With this song, My Love Waiting for You, this song expresses my deep affection for my hometown, my loved ones, and my lover. It also expresses my deep gratitude to the land I am living. When I have a power in my voice, I can touch everybody's emotions in the audience.
Mai Sui has recently moved to the United States. When not performing concerts, she devotes her time to teaching voice classes in the Chinese community. In private lessons at her home, Mai Sui works with beginning students. Her mission is to encourage their love of music and to build their self-confidence to express themselves.
One more time. Yeah.
Put your hand in mine.
Smile, snap.
You and me from one world. We are family.
But for Mai Sui, performing is her first love.
One of the reasons came to the U.S. I want to introduce my Chinese voice to American. I always get nervous a little bit, but I think a little bit nervous with me no bad, because this nervous gave me power. I also want to perform on TV show and on the finest stage. to sing to the wonderful music of China and Americans.
我的深情为你守候。
I love California sunshine. I love everybody of America.
Not far away, young people are adjusting to their new lives as students in American schools. The future might seem daunting at first, but they each take it in stride.
My name is Zoe, and I'm a genius. Explains it right here.
My name is Annie Zhang, and I'm 13 years old.
My name's Jenny. I've been living in the U.S. for about 2 years.
I go to Lakeside Middle School, and I'm an 8th grader there.
I'm in 6th grade. I go to Northwood Elementary. It's cool.
Actually, my school is a private school, so there's like Koreans and Chinese and Americans, so it's a mix.
When I just came to America, I feel lonely, and cause I can't understand what the teacher said in school.
American kids is like really loud and like funny sometimes.
But now I think I'm happy in America, cause my American family and my teachers, my classmates help me a lot.
People are shy, but like after a while, like if you talk more with them, then it's really easy to become friends with them.
Their families are different, like they kind of run it a different way from the Chinese culture.
I really do like the environment here, but I don't like the food here. I can't eat anything like hamburgers.
When I was young, I wanted to be a doctor since my mom was one in China. But then I'd kind of changed my mind after like learning more about it in school.
I am definitely going to go to college. Where I'm gonna go would probably be East Coast or West Coast, like very close to the bigger cities.
I don't want to stay in California. I want to go to maybe New York or Boston, and I want to study something about business.
I'm very passionate about arts, but you also gotta make a living out of it, so.
Whatever the obstacles, with the help of family and friends, they will find a way. In Orange County, one Chinese American has made a unique contribution to his community. Charlie Zhang has founded OC Music and Dance, an innovative school for the arts open to all students regardless of their ability to pay.
My story, 1980, I came in United States. It was $20. That's the only thing I got. But I think I bring the dream with me. The dream is I came in great country. There's nothing to lose. I'm young, have a passion. I want to make it.
That's correct. Good girl. That's right. Chop it, chop more. Yeah, I like that. Whoo! Ask a question. Whoo! Whoo! Good. You go, girl.
From rock to classical music, Charlie's school helps each student find his or her inner voice.
Okay. How you like that?
Better.
It's better?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
The teachers are dedicated professionals, drawn from throughout Southern California.
play ball, play.
We know children perform better when they have built their life skills and their mind skills through the arts.
And we did the balance, it was kind of hard. Remember, we go down, up, and down, up, and then we go around ourselves. What? And split, 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 split. Play your toe. And up and split. Oh. And make a big split, split, split. Yes, split, 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 split. Let me go laughing. Okay, I'm the gazelle, you're the cheetahs.
Charlie Zhang is the archetype Horatio Alger. He came to the United States with 20 bucks. He was 23 years old, and he had a clarinet in his hand. And all he wanted to do is play music.
So I had to find a job. After 20 interviews, I found a restaurant job, wash dish, and prep the food. So unfortunately, I cut my finger very severe. So the dream stopped right here.
Charlie's hopes for a musical career had ended, but his misfortune brought with it an unexpected opportunity. Working in the Chinese restaurant, he saved enough money to start a restaurant of his own.
After 20 years, I'm building a very successful restaurant chain, over 100 locations. Very successful company, TGIF, knock at the door. They want to buy me out. So they spend a lot of money. So I'm able to succeed. But one thing I really look at the young generation, the great country.
He was grateful for a success that he couldn't imagine achieving in any other country. And over the years, as he prospered, the clarinetist from China wanted to give back.
When I walk into the school to see all the young kids, they are smile, they're talking. That's so much enjoyment than anything else. The OC Music and Dance, our mission is nurture, inspire, empower. That's what we do.
There's nothing secret about what we're doing. There's nothing magical about what we're doing. It took vision, it took execution, and it took resources. And it took a man like Charlie Zhang.
So that's my dream. Never ever gave up that kind of passion. Now it's 38 years later. I'm very, very happy to see the dream coming true.
Good morning, everybody.
Embroidery is an ancient Chinese art. businesswoman Yanyu Zhou helps young people keep that cherished tradition alive.
是因为我们这样一条线里面要分成6根丝。
Miss Zhou is really good at embroidery. Her class is really fun.
The embroidery class really keeps me like focused. Like the first few threads were a bit hard, but like once you get it going, it's not that hard.
You have to have an image in your mind, so it's challenging for me.
The flowers, I feel like, is a bit harder than the leaves because they have more like colors to it. It could have like white, like light on it.
I'm just really thankful that she put her time and effort to teach us. That is part of the Chinese culture that we come from, and then I think we need to take that as a heritage and then learn it.
At the foot of the San Gabriel Mountains in Pasadena, Caltech is a world-renowned center for advanced research. Today, the public is invited to the Caltech campus to hear lectures on a range of scientific topics. One speaker, Dr. Yu Tao He, is an authority on the subject of space exploration.
Between the computers, electronic brains in iPhone and electronic brain computers in the Curiosity rovers. Compare these two computers, which one do you think is more powerful?
I work at NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, developing the future technology for future NASA space exploration missions.
Right? From that perspective, this Curiosity rover computer is much more powerful.
Preaching science to the general public is always one of my favorite things to do. So today I'm going to be talking about this TED-style talk, and it's basically targeted to all of the kids. And the topic is about electronic brain of curiosity.
Right. Very good answer. So fundamentally, what does computer do? Yes, question?
I came to the United States in 1991, right after I graduated from Tsinghua University. It was really quite an adventure and to come to the United States because I was the first one in my family to go abroad for study.
So now let's back to the fundamental questions. What does computer do? What does computer do? Okay.
I chose to pursue the science and engineering majors ever since I was a younger kid. But when I got into the field, I became more and more interested because there's so many unknowns ahead of me that really triggered my interest, triggered my curiosity.
So that's where this curiosity, like Professor Grill just mentioned, it's very important for us. So please watch these videos and find out anytime we're going to start to name this new Mars rover, which is late to launch.
Inspiring and educating the young kids to become the future scientists and engineers are a very important task for us.
With that, that's really the universe is unlimited. Thank you, everyone.
That's why I started to outreach to the young kids for STEM education. One of the science students I work with was Steven. He's very, very interested in space science. He wants to be an astronaut in the future. So I decided to mentor him to do a drone-based project.
When I first started my personal project, I was thinking about something related to aerospace engineering, but at the same time, I want to make a contribution to scientific field. So I decided to create a drone. The goal of this drone is to collect essential air data, such as the temperatures, humidity, atmosphere pressures, and radiation levels.
Today, Stephen and Dr. He are flying the drone to test its airworthiness and stability.
These drones allow scientists to collect data where humans are hardly reached, such as mountain caves, volcano vents, and maybe oversea collecting, which is much easier and cost efficient. Here, doctor who's helping the kids learning about STEM, which is science, technology, and math, and they're building a robot that's gonna get involved into FTC competitions. Compared to other kids, it's fairly advanced because those kids are learning programming and building robots themselves with little instruction from their instructors.
For Dr. He, the future belongs to those who have a passion for science.
How to improve our strategy to win the competition.
America has freedom. I need freedom for my work, my art. So I'm coming here. American people, they very nice to me. I love here.
World-renowned artist Xiao Quang-Ting has lived in the United States for 40 years. He has been called the Grand Master of contemporary Chinese painting.
So Professor Ting, how do you go about making these beautiful drawings?
Yeah, for the painting, the first I paint the line on the rice paper. Yeah, I paint the black line. After black line, I paint the gold line, or silver, or white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After that, I paint the color. Yeah. Color, I use gouache.
Use gouache?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gouache or acrylic.
Okay.
Yeah. That's transparent color. Yeah. Then I paint the back. I use the watercolor.
Oh, okay.
I paint the both side paper.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, a lot of color from the back.
Oh. Do you ever get stuck where you can't go forward with
Sometimes, yes.
Yes.
You need to stop to think. Maybe draw away, paint again. Right? Always like that.
Xiao Quang-Ting's work speaks a universal language, a reverence for humanity and a desire for peace. Love in its simplest and most basic terms as a powerful force for good.
Wow.
呀，我想应该画一些永恒性的主题。呀，很多的画家，我想只是为了一时的为政治或者一时的为经济利益服务，最好是创作一些不受时间、空间、不受民族局限的一种永恒的题材。1994, the year of family. I painted the painting Motherhood for United Nations.
In a series of evocative images, he celebrates the joys of motherhood. Xiao Quang-Ting looks deep into our past, to our beginnings. In his vision, the earliest conflicts took place within each human heart.
Some painting called hunting age. In the hunting age, the people killed animals. They killed the animals for the food, for their kids, for family. But they feel very sad because they killed the animal. 一种犹豫、痛苦、矛盾，所以我画的这张画叫 Hunter， 另外还画了一些Hunters。
For Andrew Ho, it's been a rare opportunity to watch the creative process of a master at work. Xiao Quanting was chosen from among the world's leading artists for a special assignment.
This is the Fourth World Conference on Women. Yeah. I designed 6 stamps for United Nations. The 6 stamps. Total, they published each one is 25 million.
Mr. Ting is called on for major commissions. For the Shanghai Opera House, he created a monumental work that he calls a stained glass painting. Here he innovated new techniques that combine his images with music, lighting, and fragrance. The source of life is his vision of the primeval forest where life began.
The background, they have lighting, so the color, very colorful. How big? 40 meter high, 24 meter wide. Total 365 square meter. Use 30,000 pieces glass, color glass, put together, mosaic, finish the mural.
For Xiao Quanting, it was another triumph, and his work continues. At the end of the day, not far from his studio, the artist has the chance to relax with friends.
Hi, Mr. Ting. Just want to thank you for everything that you've shown us today. Your techniques, your history, everything has just been so amazing. And I just want to give a toast to you and your legacy.
Okay, thank you.
Hey! Cool.
Laguna Beach is a vibrant community on the Southern California coast. 10 years ago, Ning Zhu and his wife Lisa Li moved here from Nanjing, China. They opened a gallery that would serve as a creative base for his work as a poetic photographer of nature.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Li. Welcome to our gallery, Ningzhou Gallery in Laguna Beach, California.
摄影呢，我认为是天地人和的结晶。我在表现我的作品的时候，尽可能表现一种宁静，啊，有时候在一个大自然里面，我发现一个鸟，它这个水面上，是吧？我都不喜欢一个，也不喜欢两个。有时候，在环境里面也发现会有些人啊在里面，它都是在诉说一种故事。啊，我不会平白无故的说这里面有很多在里面扎堆的，我追求的是一种宁静。
As a photographer, Ning travel different place to shoot his photos. Most time I come with him. For example, we went to the Utah, went to New Mexico, different place to shoot his photos.
Today, their quest has taken them to a remote corner of the northern Oregon coast, known as the Graveyard of the Pacific. Though he's been a photographer for many years, Ning tries to approach each picture with a fresh eye. A steel sailing ship called the Peter Iredale ran aground in a squall in 1906. Its skeleton has loomed over this site ever since, a ghost of the past.
有一次我在网上发现，俄勒冈州有一个 Peter Iredale 的那个残骸，非常让我吃惊，因为它这种残骸有一种锈迹斑斑的这种反映历史的这种感觉，因为船本身在大海上航行的，但是我们没有见过它腐烂过以后还有个钢骨在那地方，有点像恐龙的骨架在那地方，我很喜欢，所以我就想办法安排时间去进行创作。我对这个拍摄对象还是比较满意的，也是如我所愿的。就像我们没有看到恐龙，看到一个恐龙的骨架。
As a photographer, Ning, when he finds what he wants to shoot, he always first has some design in his head. Then he tried to set a good position, then adjusted the right angle, waiting right light, right condition, what he wanted. It always takes a long time.
Back in their studio, Ning and Lisa review his pictures. Ning does not Photoshop his work. He also does not crop his pictures. He believes that by setting such demanding standards for himself, he preserves what is most authentic in his art. He seeks the natural simplicity of strong compositions and brilliant colors to define his images. At their Laguna Beach gallery, Ning holds a one-man show. It's a chance to share his photographs with Americans who may be discovering his work for the first time.
We moved to United States 2009 because Ning wanted to chase his dream here. As a fine art photographer, he wanted to try to find a connection point with the outside world to show his artwork to more people. And he thinks he should and would add more value to his art and get more inspiration for himself.
来到美国以后呢，我发现对我的影响还是比较大的，尤其在创作上，因为他的自由的思想，就像自由女神的举着火把的这种元素，是吧？因为我的思想也会随着蓝天白云开始释放开来，所以我认为对我的影响还是比较大的。
Hi guys, what's your dream?
April?
My dream is to become a director.
甜甜?
My dream is to become a singer.
Oh, Anna?
My dream is to become a Disney anime designer.
Wow, Harry?
My dream is to study aerospace engineer.
Helen?
I want to be a teacher.
My dream is an American learn Chinese culture. Chinese learn American culture.
Science student Stephen Yang has recently graduated from high school. Tomorrow he leaves for college in the Midwest. For months, he has been chasing a dream, training to be a pilot.
Life is just about chasing the dreams. So follow your interests, work as hard as you can, and then whatever you get, the result doesn't matter. As long as you feel happy and feel satisfied with what you have done, and that's the point of life, I guess.
With discipline and hard work, he has been preparing for this moment. He is about to take his first solo flight. For Stephen and all Americans chasing the dream, the future lies ahead, uncharted and unknown. The promise of the future is unlimited.